Chapter 4. The Ginger Boy. The ginger boy wandered around the forest. Even with how many steps he took, blood and flesh are always visible, mostly left over by the wandering monsters in the area. Scream he can hear from a mile or step away, but he ignored it all. Did he have a choice? No, he did not. Helping a mere human could cost his life, but it doesn't mean he was heartless. He tried and tried to help, but as the years passed, he only saved 7 out of the thousands that lost their lives. Then he heard laughters. Curious, he followed the sound and yet saw what was expected. A camp of humans, stupidly and undefensively laughing out loud, not knowing the danger they are attracting. He clicked his tongue, planning to leave. He didn't want to mind someone's business once again. Then suddenly, a gust of wind passed his skin. His eyes widened. This familiar sensation. He turned around to see the humans already out of the tent, and one was injured. He felt pity, but the type of monster is mystical, a magic user one. It would be hard to escape, let alone defeat. He sighs and sees the human already surrounded by flames, and a minute after, finally decided to help them. He jumps towards it. It burned his skin, but it wasn't painful. He's been through worse. He stood in front of the injured male, looking at the enemy he is hoping to defeat, the Paradise Monster. This creature makes hallucination in a ball of fire they will form. It shows a beauty that is beyond the world. It draws you to it until you burn without even realizing it. He draws out a knife, small yet sharp. He pointed it at the monster, and in a second, the monster's head was cut off. Though killing such a monster would not be easy, so when the monster was dead, he took the chance to grab every single one of the humans, while in the process also erasing their tracks. It was not easy, but he did a great job. It was like the humans were not even there. Once he got to his home, a person waited for him by the door. His long-treasured friend and ally, Tobio Kageyama. He smiles at the scene of Kageyama waiting to him with a still stoic face. That's Kageyama for him. He handed Kageyama one of the mails and said, "Tobio, please take care of him. His left leg is hurt." Kageyama only nodded and carried the mail inside, while he followed, making the others float. He walked the hallway to the room all white. Each one he placed on the bed gently as he could and sighed, hoping he won't regret this. He sat in a chair and stared at the mails. Something was bothering him. He couldn't put his fingers on what it was. So he shrugs it off and leaves, placing a note on the table. "Sho, the people are awake and it's not looking good." Kageyama burst into the office, both worry and panic wrote on his face, but the ginger only smiled. "You're sure can do some damage, huh?" He grabs a butterfly mask, one that was able to hide his identity, although the color was green. The ginger stands up and walks to Kageyama. A pat on the back he gives him as a thanks. They both walk gently and slowly, but Kageyama was in a panic. He chuckled. "Calm down, Tobio. Everything will be fine." When they got to the room, it was loud and chaotic. Some were shouting for help, and the door were almost broken. He opens the door only to stumble upon 3 guys who fell flat on the floor. The ginger laughs, not being able to control himself, and then he looks back to Kageyama, who looks away, trying not to laugh. The 3 immediately fixed themselves after seeing the ginger. They became defensive and only stared at him. A second passed in a few minutes, and the ginger felt awkward. "Okay, stop staring. I might melt." He chuckled and walked inside along with Kageyama. He sat on a chair while the people still stared at him. "Come on, sit. You're looking for someone, aren't you?" Sugawara steps forward. "How do you know that?" "That's for me to know and for you guys to find out. Other than that, are you guys stupid or something?" "Pardon? What did you say?" Sammy spoke. "Are you stupid or something?" "What do you mean by that?" Kuro approached him in anger but was stopped by Kageyama. "Don't move," Kageyama growled with a glare. "Just as I said, are you stupid or something? Don't you know that every single person who came here or was taken never came back? Yet you guys are out here looking for who you lost. Like, come on, you saw what happened yesterday." "Yes, we saw what happened yesterday and the day she was taken, but that won't stop us. We know she's still alive. She isn't dead yet." Yamaguchi spoke with determination shown in his eyes. Looking at Yamaguchi, he sighs and leans back in the chair. "Sorry to burst your bubble, Freckles, but she's dead. I can assure you that." Freckles?" Yamaguchi jumps back, offended. He pointed a finger at the ginger. "Why are you even so sure? Who even the hell are you?" "Hinata Shuyo, or rather you can call me Ten. And I'm sure because I saw her before. That monster dragged her to the palace like this." He clicks his tongue in disgust. Then suddenly someone grabs him by the collar. "Can you stop talking nonsense and shut that pretty mouth of yours? We would really appreciate it if you tell us where the palace is." Hinata didn't flinch nor even show fear. He only stared at Tsukishima's eyes. He saw pure worry and anger. Yet there was something else. Longing and love? He wondered who truly is the lover of the girl, or was it neither of them? He placed a hand on Tsukishima's face, and Tsukishima flinched in surprise. Confusion ran through his mind as Shoya only looked him straight in the eyes. It was silent, pure silent. It was like time stopped. Well, the two were stuck in their own world. Kageyama was held down by both Bukuto and Kuro to avoid him disturbing the unknown atmosphere the two had created in the room. It was a warm embrace that wanted to last forever. Though a loud thud snapped all of them back to reality, they turned to the source of the sound and found Kenma, who dropped to the floor. "Kenma!" Most shouted in worry, while some only stared. Though for both Tsukishima and Hinata, they were still in place, one hand on the other's cheek and the other hand was on the collar of the other. Though as soon as the two realized what they were doing, Tsukishima violently pushed Hinata away, making him fall down the chair. Seeing this happening, people stared while Kageyama ran beside Hinata. "Are you okay, Sho?" Kageyama looks at him, head to toe. Luckily, he saw no injury. If there was, something bad would happen. Hinata knew that himself. "I'm fine, Toby. My butt just hurts a bit." He looks at Tsukishima, who did not show any remorse for what he did. Then back to Kageyama, whose glare never left Tsukishima. "Toby, stop. I'm fine." He pats Kageyama's shoulder and uses it to support himself as he got up. Luckily for him, his mask did not fall off, despite what Tsukishima did. He worried about it for a few minutes, but tried to keep cool. Although there is a stinging pain behind his head, he ignored it. He faced the group once again. "It's better if you guys rest for tonight. We'll talk in the morning without anyone interrupting." He left along with Kageyama, who looked at him with worry. Feeling the man's stares, Hinata couldn't help but chuckle. "You know, Toby, you shouldn't worry about me. You should worry about yourself. I'm stronger than you, and I can protect myself." "No, you're weak," Kageyama simply replied, looking away with a grip on his hand. Though with those simple words, Hinata understood what Kageyama truly meant. "No, I won't stop worrying about you. You're stronger, but I want to protect you." Kageyama was never good at words. In all honesty, Hinata was thankful for Kageyama, but he couldn't help worrying that he might lose Kageyama, like he lost everyone else. He hoped that that will never happen. After all, Kageyama is the only one he has in this hell that he can never leave. To be continued.